Imagine standing at a port, craning your neck to look straight up at the side of a modern cruise ship. For all intents and purposes, you are looking at a floating skyscraper. Take a look at the Carnival Liberty. This vessel is made of hundreds of thousands of tons of heavy, solid steel. Yet, if you take just a tiny pebble of that exact same steel and toss it into the ocean, it plunges straight to the bottom. This raises a question. How do engineers take a colossal city made of heavy metal and make it sit perfectly on top of the waves? The answer begins in ancient Greece, with a mathematical discovery made by the engineer Archimedes. He realized that whether something sinks or stays afloat is governed by the principle of buoyancy. This diagram shows the mechanism in action. An object floats if it can displace or push out of the way a weight of water exactly equal to its own total weight. That works for a simple wooden block, but applying that same displacement to a modern megaship requires a specific kind of structural engineering. Keeping these ships afloat relies on mastering the balance between a vessel's total weight and the exact volume of water its hull can move out of the way. This balance is governed by density, the measure of how much material is packed into a specific amount of space. A solid block of steel sinks because its density is significantly higher than the water surrounding it. But look inside this grand atrium. Beneath the outer metal shell, these ships feature enormous volumes of open space filled with nothing but air. This visual scale shows how the math changes. When you combine the weight of the steel structure with that massive volume of trapped air, the ship's average overall density drops. Taken as a whole, the massive vessel becomes less dense than the ocean water beneath. Engineers use this method to effectively dilute the steel's mass with air, allowing the ship to meet the requirements for buoyancy. Because the ship is less dense than the sea, Archimedes' principle of displacement takes over. As the weight of the vessel pushes down, the water is forced to push back up against the bottom of the hull. To maximize that upward push, shipbuilders utilize a wide U-shaped hull. Notice the broad, curving geometry of the steel ribbing taking shape in the shipyard. This cross-section shows the effect. The wide shape is designed to move a calculated volume of ocean out of the way. When the hull displaces water weighing the same as the ship, the sea's upward lift perfectly matches gravity's downward pull. Even when resting peacefully, the ship is locked in a continuous stalemate between the downward weight of steel and the upward resistance of the ocean. You might look at the extreme height of these water slides on the top deck and wonder why a strong wind doesn't tip the structure over. To maintain stability, engineers hide the bulk of the ship's weight out of sight deep below the waterline. Shipbuilders place the heaviest equipment, including the diesel engines, fuel tanks, and water supplies, at the absolute lowest possible point in the hull. Concentrating this weight shifts the ship's center of gravity deep beneath the ocean's surface. This low center of gravity acts like an invisible, weighted anchor. Even if rough storms cause the ship to tilt, the weight at the bottom forces the vessel to right itself. The towering upper decks are only made possible by the massive weight of the mechanical systems locked away in the lower hull. Every massive ship represents an ongoing, invisible tug of war between gravity and the ocean. The next time you step onto a boat, consider the physics happening right beneath your feet. To keep exploring how the modern world is built, hit the subscribe button for new videos every week. And if you want to see how biology can be just as strange as physics, click here to learn about parasites that control the minds of their hosts. Stay curious.